Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, dirt squirrel of all ages. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I know I did. So today we're going to be going out on site and we're going to be excavating about 600 and some feet of 15-inch corrugated culvert with 2 structures in it, and then we'll be backfilling and bringing everything up to subgrade when it's all said and done. So stay tuned, and today should be an exciting day. We'll go over trenching, we'll go over trench safety, benching, and how to efficiently hold grade when you're running a long run like that. So stay tuned and we'll get into all that. Okay guys, good morning. We had a slight change of plans this morning. The designing engineer of the project called and essentially wanted us to hold off on the installation of those structures in that storm run because he wanted to change the grade in accordance to a change that they made for a alarm system. So they had to put a raised pad in for an alarm system, and the grades around that area changed slightly, so he wants to change the height of the structure. So at some point, maybe later on, we'll be going ahead and we'll go ahead and do that run. But right now we decided we're going to jump in the dozer and I'm going to start cutting out our retention pond. And it happens to be one of the retention ponds I was showing yesterday. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, and we have a huge pond here. If you look over to my right here, you can see the bank of the pond. So right here, I'm just going to start carving out this pile and getting everything pushed out of my way so I can start cutting some kind of a subgrade here. I have like, I don't know, a 6 or 7 foot cut in the one spot that we'll be working out. But right now I'm going to start at the top corner and just get everything graded out to give me a nice plane to work on. So right now we'll just do this for a little bit, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the GPS stuff. Okay, we've cleaned up about 90% of this pile, gotten it up top here, probably, I don't know, a couple hundred yards, something crazy. We still have about a 4-foot cut on the shallow end and a 6-foot cut up there on the deep end, and I have a lot of water down in here because we cut down the original part to put the culvert in to get rid of the water. So what I've done is I've taken a bunch of dry material and I've shoved it right up into my berm. I'll show you. I'll do another pass right here. Take a nice big dry pass. I take it down towards the bottom of my pond and I just shove it right up against my side slope like so. And it gives, what that does is it pushes all that lateral pressure into that mud that I was almost getting stuck in. And it just shoves it right up here on the bank, like so. You can see it all just oozing out. But down here, where my blade is, I have a nice solid surface to work off of. And I'll show you that right now. I'm going to back in, I'm going to cut into this pile here. So we're going to back down in. Now earlier you saw I almost got stuck, and you saw my tracks where I literally, it took me about 10 minutes to get out. Well, look at me now, I'm spinning, but it's not nearly as bad, and I'm cutting a lot of material. It's still working its way up towards the pile here. So that's just a little tip. You ever have weepy spots like that, blow a bunch of dry material in. You can always shape it up later. At least you'll have a nice solid surface to be able to push material up on. So that's a good dozer tip for the day. And when we're stripping, almost got stuck again, but when we're stripping out this stuff off the top like this, we're not worried about grade. We're just, right now, other than where we're close over here on the edge of this swale here, I'm not really too concerned. I'm just hogging out, getting full blade fulls and moving it. We're not even hardly even using GPS at all, other than to see our contours to make sure we're not ripping out material in a spot that we don't need it ripped out. So stay tuned and we'll keep plugging away at this. Hopefully by the end of the day we'll have a pond here. Okay, we're back and we have cleaned up our work area pretty dang good, and we have taken 99.9% of our wet material and we've kind of shoved it over here out of our way so we can work on it later. And I've actually gotten my dozer right down in here. It's a little wet in the corner, but so now you can see right in front of us here we have the bottom of our retention pond, which we've already cut out, and we have the culvert there. Now down there is all completely at subgrade and ready for topsoil. So you wonder, well, how are you going to get down there to cut this out? Well, we can get over here with the dozer and we will leave a very, very, very small windrow between us and the water and cut right down the grade over here. And then at the very end, I'll jack the little excavator down here and I'll push that little windrow out, and then I'll jump back in the dozer real quick and I'll push it back up before the water makes it out. It saturates everything so I can't work. So that's how you handle retention pond water and things like that. Just work your way around it. Carve yourself a nice dry area like I did here. That's step one. You got a nice dry area here like this. You can track around. You don't have to worry about nothing. You can keep cutting grade all day. There's no water to interfere. There's nothing to impact you. Then once you get this whole area cut to grade, there's a little 1 foot berm holding your water in. You track down there with that excavator. You blow that 1 foot berm out at grade, and then you clean that berm up with your dozer real quick. And that's how you do that. So anyways, we're just going to keep working and cutting our way down through grade. We've already cut about a good 2 feet out, and at this bottom corner we're getting real close to grade. So we're just going to keep working this and stay tuned. We'll just keep poking away. Offset for the material you're looking for. Just keep working out connect this pond here. We're almost at grade up here. We're getting close at the bottom down there. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of materials got to come out here. Separates the pond until there's a small check dam that connects the two. So right now I'm not really worried about behind or carving out that berm. I'm just carving the pond and then blowing right over top of the berm, making sure that I'm just above the grade of that berm for now. So stay tuned, let's keep poking away at this, and we'll come back later and show you where I'm at. Okay, just wanted to show you dirt squirrels real quick what we did. We got the ditch line cut right through here, and I had left a little check dam to stop that water. I'll dig out that at the end of the day. It's just a couple of scoops come down in though. It's just rough grade, but we got that roughed in. They come up, and then there's the big retention pond we did. We had to leave all that extra material there because we're putting an extension on the culvert over there, and that culvert's going to be coming out further than that, so we got to have extra material over here to go over top of that. So later on, once we get SWIFT approval, we'll pull out this little check dam, we'll clean it up, we'll put the extension on the culvert with the header, and we'll go over it with all that dirt that I left there. And that's really it. We cleaned it up, we backbladed a little bit, we got that all track packed, kind of semi what it's gonna be until we do topsoil. This is subgrade anyways. And then when you come up, we got the raised septic, this big berm here, which we gotta let dry out, it's pretty wet, and then the retention pond that dumps down below. So we'll check in later once we get this done. Hopefully I'll rip out that dam, and we'll have this pile moved up over that. But we're getting there, so stay tuned. Okay, we're gonna go over, uncork the swamp. We've gotten all of our. Okay, here we got the ditch line. It's flowing down through. I got my spoils pile over here. There's my retention pond we just cut. The berm that I was explaining in between the two. This is that ditch that comes down through. Comes right to here. That's the other end of the ditch that drains this way, and it just runs right down into my retention pond. Later on we'll line all this with canal stone check dams, but for now that's what it is. Big old retention pond, that's for sure. Big old ditch, catches a lot of water. This is a big project here. You can see behind that berm over there, there's the other retention pond. Oh, that's that.